Hello, everybody. How's it going? This is the Cyn Show, and you are now watching Heal Thy Co. I hope you guys are doing well today. I actually did just go ahead and change my t-shirt. It's looking kind of a little dark right now that anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not what you came here for. So, we here, we're doing our thing. We are in healing mode. We are addressing personal traumas. How are we doing that? I pulled three cards from my magical deck, my guidance cards, and we are answering the three questions: what mom told us, or maybe what she never told me, what dad will never know, and what I know to be true. The reason why we're asking these questions is because over time, our parents or our caregivers could have been your grandparents, could have been your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your friends, whomever was that person who fed you, not just through food, but emotionally, and mentally and spiritually. Um, Also transferred their traumas also down to you, and possibly have also caused certain traumas whereby you did not address them. And then you became the trauma martyr, or you also just became the trauma monster. And this is the reason why we want to start looking at our lives now, especially if you know that you have the power to make that change in your life and you want better for yourself and you want to let things go and you want to understand more about who you are and where you're supposed to keep on going. And I know where you're supposed to keep on going is not to continue on holding on to your traumas. So let's get started, shall we? Those of you guys who are new, I encourage you to get a journal. Perfect. First two cards. Get a journal. If you don't know how to a journal right beside you, get yourself a notepad, open one up on your laptop, on your phone, your iPad, wherever you have something close by, and you're going to write down these three questions or these three topics. Underneath these three topics, answer those three questions. The ones that really come up, that really get to you, pull your heartstrings. That's where the trauma sings. First card, manipulation. I know I have under here mind games. What mom told me about manipulation, or what she never told me about manipulation. What dad will never know about manipulation, and what I know to be true about manipulation. Okay. Second card, second chances, a reconciliation. What mom told me about second chances, about a reconciliation, or maybe what she never told me about these things. What dad will never know about second chances, and what I know to be true about giving someone a second chance, or maybe even giving myself second chances. Okay. So let's try and find that last one, and we'll try to tie these things in together. Or maybe they don't. Who knows? I hope you guys are doing well today. And if you are also doing this as part of your now 60 days, it was 90 days. I know I'm on my 90-day winter arc. Child, the way I be telling people, no, I ain't finna go nowhere. I got shit to do. Honey, it's called protecting your peace. Mm. And baby, it's a hefty price to pay. Let's go. Prayer and meditation. Prayer and meditation. What mom told me, or maybe what she never told me about prayer and meditation. What dad will never know about prayer and meditation. And what I know to be true about prayer and meditation. So we've got in this pile today, that's the second card. First card. First card is manipulation. Second card is second chances. And the third card is prayer and meditation. So, here's the funny thing. I'm just gonna say something here as I get myself adjusted. When I look at these three energies, the way I grew up, in an African household, plus we were Pentecostal Christians, and we still are. um, Number one, prayer is a huge thing in our community. When I went back home to Ghana, there were churches everywhere, billboards, more billboards for churches than there are for businesses. But we will not talk about that right now. But we should talk about that. And when I think about that prayer, I think about, how we grew up and how important it was. And I think sometimes about how certain churches would manipulate us, or not us per se, but manipulate, I think, certain congregations into almost not believing in themselves, but pouring more into that person for that person to manifest the thing that you want. And the gag is the manifestation was already made. Your prayer was already answered the moment you asked. It was for you to stay in alignment. It's for you to stay in the receiving mode. It's for you to stay in that space of you deserve. You know what I mean? I don't want to go too heavy into it, but I think this is a thing where I also just feel like as I grew, the thing that I knew to be true about this was how I took it upon myself to use it. I can't look at you guys because I'm thinking about how it's been it's been integrated in my mind, in my life. How I also kind of feel like God is always giving me a second chance. God is always giving us so many chances. You know how many chances I probably had? Probably 77, child. Mm, Probably 77. Because instead of me going to him, going to my creator, going to my source, I kept going to others and becoming manipulated by others, taking in the validation of others, taking in and looking for them to give me something that I had for myself if I had just gone into more of this and I meditated more on my word, on the word. I meditated more in that space, in that place when I was with God, when I'm with God, when I'm with my creator, when I'm with my source, when I'm with my inner child, when I'm with my teenage self, when I'm with my adolescent, when I'm with my 20-year-old self, because I want you to know something too, right? You should be giving yourself second chances for every stage that you passed, every milestone. Before somebody comes to you and F's you up and tells you who you are not when you know you are. I'm in prayer a lot. That's one thing I can definitely say. I love my mom about that. And what mom told me, pray. I don't mean to laugh, but I remember, and we still do it. And, my mom is always like, pray, pray, pray. There was a time where that's what we thought we needed to do was yell at God. Pray, 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 pray. God's like, they done? They done yelling? Okay. And I'm not trying to be, I need you to understand that sometimes you ain't got to be so loud. God is never that loud with you. God is never that loud to you. He's never screaming at you. He heard you the first time. He's trying to feel you out. Here comes the second time. I'm not going to go too deep in anymore. Put these three in your journal and let's address how this happened, how this could have happened, how manipulation and mind games could have been the thing that either you caused as a trauma addict, or that is being given to you, where you don't know how to not get out of it, how to not see how it's ruining you, how to not take control of your life, take control of yourself. Just like, it's so funny in the last video, we were talking about self respect and self reflection. Manipulation, if you're not careful, can mess up your self respect. And when you do self reflect, you'll hate yourself because you allowed for someone, for something, for some place to manipulate you for so long that it started to, or it not even started. It probably already done chipped away, honey. Who knows what you got left? But what you got left, I pray at this point, literally, I pray that at this point that you are meditating on where you're at with this and that you are giving yourself a second chance. You are giving yourself a second chance to come back home to yourself, to yourself. Man, I say that to myself as I say that to you because I know this energy. I know this to be true. I know it's best for you to stay here and have a conversation. It ain't got to be so deep. It ain't got to be a 12-step program like it used to be for us. Swear. That's one of the reasons why I feel like sometimes with prayer, I'm like, yo, it ain't got to be so difficult. Just like all things, it can be so simple. The gag is, does God know your heart enough to know you're being genuine? Feel me? So, with that being said, I'm going to put these three to bed. And we are not addressing these things for a hot minute. Okay. Sorry. If you're sorry. I just had to kind of like, wow, with that. Um, if you're feeling the vibration, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you guys are aware of the next videos that I post. I pretty much post these guys daily. Um, and also share this with your tribe. Your vibe is your tribe, right? So because you are now vibing high, your tribe will also vibrate high, just as high with you. And let's hope that that is happening. And with that being said, guys, I'm going to see you in the next video. I wish you all the best. Keep doing your healing. Peace.